Make that 6 consecutive losses for the Toronto Raptors. You guys probably have already noticed the new hat. Shout out to my friend Ann getting me this for my birthday. I mean, just passed a couple weeks, last week? Last Monday, I think it was. Yeah. Anyways, loving it. Loving the new dig. So I'm trying to change it up a little bit for the Raptors as well. Because with the loss tonight, like I said, it's 6 consecutive. And they're now 13-18 on the season. 5 games under 500 with the 104-101 loss in overtime to the Philadelphia 76ers in Philly tonight. I think I can speak for most Raptor fans when I say after the performance we saw last night against the Golden State Warriors at home, kind of shocked it was this close. And I am proud of the guys for their effort. Like, I really did think the Raptors came to play today. They played hard from minute 1. Yeah, it looked like at moments. I think we can all agree it looked in moments, and more or less in that second quarter. And at points in the third, where it looks like they were just going to break away in the lead, and the Raptors were just going to fall apart, cave in, and have another one of those laughers. Well, that didn't happen. And in the first quarter, the Raptors actually won it. 23-22, and they're up 1 after 1. The defense locked down tight to start, all right? They're missing some shots early, but the Raptors finding their defense. Their legs are moving a little bit on the defensive end. The switches are nice. I'm liking what we're seeing early on, right? And you're up by 1. In the second quarter, yeah, that goes right out the window. You allow 35. Your offense continuously can't get going, and you only score 23 more. You're minus 12 in the second quarter, and you are down by 11 at halftime. You allow 57. You only score 46 in the first half. And Pascal Siakam doing all the offense. And honestly, that's the story of the game. That's the reason the Raptors were in this game offensively. Pascal. In that third quarter, he's dynamite. Was absolutely incredible. Defensively, again, the Raptors locked it down late in the third quarter. They only allowed 21 points in the third. They scored 32. They're up plus 11. And shout out Nick Nurse for the one play he made late in this game, or late in the third, right? I believe it was an offensive foul, or I can't remember what happened. The Raptors, got the, it was a technical, on Georges Niang. Fred gets the free throw to go on the technical to make it a 3-point game. So the Raptors have the ball in the inbound. Well, Nick's like, okay, hold on. Pascal, you get back in there for this offensive possession to end the third. He does, gives it to Pascal. He takes a 3, knocks it down, and we're tied heading into the fourth. Smart play, little offense, defense there from Coach Nick Nurse, or more or less reading the situation and thinking, screw it. Scotty, or Pascal, get in there. You're the only guy who's making shots tonight. And he does. And in the fourth quarter, neither team can make shots. The Raptors are able to hold them tight defensively in the early goings of the fourth. Problem is, can't score a damn thing. You can't build your lead up much. And then, you build your lead up, I believe it was to 7, with 5 to play. Then you give up a 3, and it's a 4-point game. Then you give up another 3, and just like that, it's a 1-point game. And, they end up taking the lead. I believe it was by 3 or 4. I can't remember. And, shout out to Pascal. Dying seconds, lays it up and through. Lots of contact from PJ Tucker. No call. Pascal goes right through it. Lays it off the backboard and in to tie it and send it to overtime. Well, then other than a little floater from Scotty off of, I think it was a pick and roll with Pascal, the Raptors get 0 offense in overtime. Literally, that is the only bucket they got. They had a shot clock violation. They had just some other horrendous plays. Chris Boucher has the over and back. It's just not... You scored 2 points in a 5-minute stretch in OT. You're asking for trouble. They only score 5. And the Raptors lose. They had an opportunity, though. They had plenty. Fred has 2. I counted 2. When the game was tied at 101, Fred had 2 wide open threes. Can't make it, and that's the story of his night. He had that stretch. I'm going to move this camera a little bit, straighten this out here. Yeah, last couple of games, he'd been shooting the rock really well, and we're like, oh, that's great to see. And Pascal had been shooting. I swear with this team this year, you can't get a game where everyone's firing. It's either OG's dropping 35, but Pascal struggles, or Pascal does great and Fred and OG struggle, or Fred does a great game and Pascal and OG struggle. Or Scotty has a great game and nobody else comes with him. Or everybody else goes, but your defense is gone and you can't win a game. This 6-game losing streak has been so painful because you see the capabilities. The game against Brooklyn, you could have won that game. Tonight, you probably should have won it. You were up by 7 with under 5 to play. You should have won that game. You do not. And Pascal barely touches the ball in the final, 3 or 4 possessions of overtime, and I'm like, this dude is the only guy who can score today, and the only time he gets the ball is when there's 7 seconds on the shot clock, and I'm like, this is kind of a waste of time, and dude's out by half court. It's like, this is not what you want to see. Not very good offense there in that no shit, they scored 2 points. And as much as I loved the effort tonight, defensively, I liked the effort, the scrambling, the rebounding, I thought was a lot better. They just looked more like themselves defensively. In the end, it's the same problem. You can't shoot. You can't shoot the 3. It's still a glaring issue. And it will not change. This team is not built to shoot 3s. They shot 40 tonight. You made 11. Great, you made double digits. Woohoo. Well, nobody's getting French fries. And you shot 28% from 3. Let's get to the player stats. OG, great to see him back. I just want to be healthy. 13 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, shot 4 of 10 from the field, 2 of 4 from the free throw line, and those 2 misses were in one succession. He missed both free throws at the line. Kind of tough. Was 3 of 7 from 3, so he knocked down 3 threes, had 2 steals and a denial. The weird thing about OG's night, no Raptor was in minus double digits in their plus minus. Meanwhile, OG's minus 25. Is that a typo? It just seems so weird. But okay. Scotty Barnes, honestly, after the last 3 or 4 games, Scotty's looked really good. He's a lot energized. Tonight, he just looked disinterested. There's no energy from Scotty. When he's getting the ball, his feet are in cement and he ain't moving. And when he does, he's just trying to force something late in the shot clock. Ended the game with 6 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, shot 3 of 9 from the field, missed all 3 threes he took, and I believe he didn't even play 30 minutes tonight. It just tells you how what Nick Nurse saw in the game today, and honestly, I don't blame him. Tough night for Scotty. Again, I'm trying to stay positive with him because, he's that sophomore, and you're seeing all these bright stuff. We saw that last year, but again, I get it. I'm trying to stay positive with him. Pascal, I don't know how. I'm seeing on social media over the last few days, or maybe not. Well, before, he played well in the last game. Before that, there was a 3-game stretch where he didn't shoot the ball particularly well, and people were actually getting worried. And I'm like, do you not realize what he's done all season long? Dude had a 2 or 3 game, I wouldn't even call it a slump. Just not really shooting the ball that effectively. He's going to figure it out. And he drops 38, 15, and 6 today. Shoots 13 of 27, 9 of 11 from the field, from the free throw line, 3 of 8 from 3-point range. He was the reason this game went to overtime. Plain and simple. Fred. The shooting woes for Fred continue to be a massive issue. People are going to say, well, the plus minus, yeah, he was a plus. I think he was plus 6 or something in the game. But when you're playing 41 minutes and your line looks like this, 9 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists on 3 of 15 shooting, 1 free throw, and it was a technical, and 2 of 11 from 3. And in the big moments when your team needed threes, especially in overtime, you can't get it done. I'm just going to leave it at that, guys. We've talked about it many times before. He's played well over the last couple games, but tonight it reverted back to before those couple games where he just can't make shots. Chris Boucher, I thought he was electric. Just a bundle of energy, rebound. We talked about in the last game. I think he had like 11 and 14 yesterday, and he had 13 and 10 today. Back-to-back double-doubles for him. 13, 10, and 2 shot. Only took 6 shots, but he was 4 of 6 from the field, 4 of 4 from the line, made 1 3, and man, that was a nice 3. Gets Harden to bake on the 3, step back 3. Oh my God, nice shot from Chris. Did have a couple steals in the game as well. I thought he was really good. Again, off the bench, Thad Young, I thought he was solid. Missed, I think he took 2 threes and missed both. And I mean, that's not really his game, obviously. 8 points, 5 boards, couple assists, shot 4 of 7 from the field. He was steady. There were a couple bad passes that I thought he made, but overall, not a terrible game for Thad off the bench, considering what we've gotten off the bench recently. Let's get to these team stats. 42% from the field for the Raptors. 28% from 3. It's just not good enough. It's just not good enough. 80% from the line, it's not bad. They shot 40% from the field, so you did a really good job defensively. Again, this is what I'm talking about. They played well defensively tonight, but they couldn't make shots. 36% from 3. They were still plus 4 in that category. 15 to 11. Do the math. That's a 12-point swing, right? And that is painful when you lose by 3 in overtime. It really is. They also shot 93% from the free throw line because that's 76ers live at the free throw line, considering Joel Embiid. I love... Okay, I'm going to put it this way. I'm a Raptor fan, so I'm supposed to hate Joel Embiid. And I do. But you got to respect the guy who's literally an MVP, right? But my God, a guy of his stature, when he flops and flinches and flies all over the place to like Fred making contact with him, I'm like, it's painful. The World Cup is over. Like, this shouldn't be happening, right? Anyways, they also should be 93% from the line. I wrote down some of their stats because there were glaring things. Tobias Harris, big reason why he killed the Raptors today. He made 1/3 of their threes. 5 of 7 from three-point range. He was electric. Made 2 threes in overtime as well. Actually, no, 1. One was called back because it was a foul from PJ Tucker, so it would have been a 4-point play. The Raptors had opportunities as well, but they just couldn't capitalize. And they did a really good job on Harden and Embiid, I thought. He held Harden to, 5 of 14 from the field, 1 of 6 from 3. Joel Embiid shot 6 of 16 from the field, but of course he had the free throw line 15 times. Made 14 of them, and was also 2 of 3 from distance. So, Embiid and Tobias Harris combined for 7 threes. We had 11. So, yeah, that's a 4 differential, but those are 2 guys that made 7 threes. Meanwhile, the Raptors, whenever they make a 3, I feel like we have to throw a party. And it's not fun. But now the Raptor fans, we got to move on because what's the point in dwelling on yet another loss? Another tough loss. You got the Knicks next in New York, and they're one of the hottest teams in the NBA right now. Yippee! Wednesday night, you're in New York at Madison Square Garden, taking on the Knicks at 7:30. And that's going to do it for this one, guys. If you enjoyed the video, and if you're a basketball fan, you loved the game. But if you're a Raptor fan and you liked the game, but you hated the result, smack that damn like button. But if you're a Philly fan and you liked the game, smack the like button as well. Twitter and Instagram links are down in the description, so follow up there if you guys have not done so already. Discord link is down below, so if you want to follow up there, the link is down below. And I will talk to you guys Leafs edition, so it's supposed to be tomorrow night, but I'm going to be really busy tomorrow night, so I'm not really sure if that'll be uploaded tomorrow. I'll keep you guys posted. If you guys want to follow Twitter, Discord, Instagram, all that stuff, I'll do my best to keep it posted there. But the Leafs play the Lightning at home. I think it's 7 o'clock puck drop there, I believe. And as for the Toronto Raptors, they're back in action, like we said, on Wednesday night as they are in New York, taking on the Knicks at 7:30. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and not the game today. We'll talk to you guys then.